Guys, I feel like Plarium lost the plot with this one, but you're gonna see in a second exactly what I'm talking about, okay? Definitely a completely different story from what we had in the past. Either way, I am currently on the test server. As you guys can probably notice, I'm rich. I have tons of gems. The Bastion looks pretty badass. I actually really like the design. In today's video, we're going to focus on the new event dungeon. We have a few new champions as well, guys. I will be doing showcases on them. One of them feels really, really underwhelming. I've done a little bit of testing only with this champion, so I can't really talk much about him just yet. He looks badass, but he feels really underwhelming in terms of what damage output he actually has with this skill. But this is a story for another day. We do have, of course, the new mythical champion as well, which I haven't tested yet, but I'll be doing a guide on her in the next couple of days. And we have the Sylvan Watcher, which I actually really, really like, and I think his damage is pretty decent, considering that I've tried him without a blessing, without having crazy stats and relics and all that, right? But as I've mentioned, I will be doing a different guide on these champions in the next couple of days. Now, they've lost the plot because this event dungeon is the hardest boss I've ever fought in Raid Shadow Legends. Hands down, nothing, and I repeat, nothing comes close to it. If you thought that Amius is hard, well, think twice, because honestly, he's like a plastic water gun compared to this boss, okay? He's just crazy. Yes, I managed to defeat it in 3 seconds with a crazy team. That's probably the team that I'll be using. But other than that, I did not manage to get the job done, okay? I haven't tried too much either, but I just want to show you what this boss can do. So, these are the minions that you have. You have Mortu Macab, you have just demon spawns, okay? When you have just demon spawns or even one demon spawn, Vulcanos is going to absolutely wreck you, okay? He has this part of the passive. Debuffs placed by the skill cannot be resisted or blocked. And I'm talking about the HP burn. And basically, whenever we receive a buff, he has a chance to put HP burn. Not just that, but he melts us with his HP burn as well. Plus, if any of our champions get killed while they are under an HP burn, it's pretty much GG's. Game over. Because what's going to happen is that the boss or anyone else that will kill us will block revive on all of our champions that die while they're under HP burn. So that's pretty nasty. Not to mention, you have Haprax passive. If you kill somebody, that's going to proc. You have Wither, which will cleanse. The boss will cleanse. So, in order to basically deal with all of these crazy passives, including Mortus passive that blocks revive, I decided to bring in Carnage. Carnage will basically block passive skills and block active skills that cannot be removed. Now, he's the only champion that will do that. The problem that you are going to have, even though you have Carnage, there are only 2 champions in the game that can actually spread all of the debuffs from the target onto all of the other enemies. One of them being another mythical champion, which is Ashnar. Applies the debuff spread effect, taking all debuffs from the target and placing them on all enemies. The other champion that can do it is Chalco, which is, of course, Void Legendary champion from the Demon Spawn. So, I do not think we have any other champion in the game that can spread all of the debuffs. At least not from what I remember. So, Ashnar's passive will be helpful versus Vulcanos HP burn to ensure that we're not getting melted, okay? Then, I'm bringing in a cleanser to make sure we're getting rid of that freaking HP burn that we are getting. We need to try and bring some good reviver. Now, I could try and bring in a Duchess instead of Elva, to be honest. Marius is going to be the main damage dealer. If I'm bringing in Duchess, we should be somehow in a better position, I would say. So, let me just quickly find one of my Duchesses. And that's mainly because we're not going to be weak affinity versus the boss, okay? So, this is a pretty good build. I still haven't tried it with Duchess to see if that works better. So, we're going to boost right here. Now, you gotta be very careful with what champions you're targeting as well. So I'm not going to debuff with Lydia just yet. I'll wait for the next turn. So block buffs. I'm gonna do the same with Duchess. Carnage, we're gonna attack Vulcanos. Boom. We got both of the debuffs in there. I'm gonna go A1 with Marius. So I've seen some super weird stuff as well where basically I use the A2 on Marius in a situation like this, and I trigger the passive on Mortu. And after I metamorphed with him, I spreaded the debuffs, and Mortu was still able to use the secret skill. Okay, so we spread. You see, like it just happened right here. Exactly what I was saying. Seems like we got resisted on Haprak as well, which is definitely very dangerous. The boss cleansed. Okay, so we're gonna get that on. We still have 1 HP burn, but that should not be a problem anymore, at least from here on. And slowly we can try and kill them, basically. I need to rebuild my my Ashnar, because that should allow me to do more damage. Now, the problem is exactly what happened before. So I need to somehow make Marius slower, or I'm not even sure what I am able to do, to be honest, to basically dodge this situation where Mortu can kill one of my champions, you know. Okay, Soul Reap proccing, but no point because we haven't they have unkillable. So we gotta kill them pretty fast as well. Okay, so we can put the block buffs. Okay. You see, they deal a lot of damage, but this is actually nothing. Wait till you get to the next part. The next part is just freaking crazy. Crazy, okay? Once the boss metamorphs, he just absolutely destroys me, okay? Destroys me, destroys everybody in here, which is just so crazy. Okay, they got another cleanse. I mean, why not? Keep on taking them. This is such a slow grind as well, man. Such a slow grind as well is crazy, actually. Absolutely crazy. The boss is down, like, quite a bit, but not enough. So now his passive is back on the menu. Check this out. We had a bit of bad RNG in there, so we're gonna try it again. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Okay? That's all I'm saying. No chance to survive. The only way to survive is having stupid resistance with block damage, or have protected block damage and the boss cannot remove it, and you're gonna survive. Is just freaking crazy the amount of damage this boss deals, okay? No matter how much HP I have on my champions, when the metamorph happens, he's going to shit on you like you haven't seen it before, okay? I don't know what Flareon is thinking with this. Who's going to farm this freaking dungeon if that's the way it works? If that's how hard it is, okay? I cannot imagine anyone doing it, okay? So right now, again, we're gonna do the same thing, okay? So this is the block passives, right? No, block active skills, okay? So the secret skill is not really considered basically active skill. So Mortu can still proc it. Okay, so now we're gonna go versus Vulcanos again. And we failed to spread the other one. Why are we failing to spread the other one? Like, we have enough accuracy. Super weird. Super weird. So we're gonna revive. I mean, that Mortu can kill my Duchess instantly. Okay, let's try to do a bit of damage. Provoke. That saved us. Thanks God. Okay, he's dead. Put that increased attack. And then, hopefully, we're gonna insta-wipe them. You see, I still have a very good amount of HP on my team, okay? My team is almost on full HP. They're dead. Check this out. Fear. Do I need to say anything, okay? Do I need to say anything? You guys know it. You guys see it. I mean, I'm getting absolutely demolished. Now, I'm not saying that is impossible. I'm sure, as I've mentioned, a block damage would be the best way. But where the heck am I going to fit in a block damage in this team? Instead of who? Who's going to be replaced from this team? I'm not too sure, okay? I'm really not too sure. Now, let me show you the team that I'll be running. If you have a 6-star Siegfried with Crushing Rand, and if you're lucky enough to have the Death Dealer, thankfully I am, because that's one of the few mythical relics that I have available, you can come in and just do this. Stay like this, do that. Sometimes it's 3 seconds, sometimes it's 5. It really depends how much HP burn Vulcanos applies on our team, right? Easy. So it seems like probably we might have 50 people maximum in the entire game, maximum 50 people that can do this team, okay? I really do not think that more than 50 people have the Death Dealer relic, a 6-star Crushing Rand Siegfried. I really do not think that that's the case. Maybe I'm wrong, but I really doubt it, okay? So, yeah, I'm lucky enough to be able to make this team. 99.99 period, you're not gonna be able to make this team, okay? So that is just crazy how hard that boss hits. So this is my Siegfried. Merciless, and we have, of course, Zeal set. You don't really need a Merciless, but I cannot get 6 pieces of Zeal on him because I just don't have very good pieces. These are his total stats. 10k attack, 360 crit damage, okay? But without this relic, it's not gonna be 100% because Siegfried is weak affinity to the boss. Now, I've tried different things. I've tried a crazy build on Little Miss Annie. Not getting the job done. Not getting the job done with any relic in the game so far. This skill barely drops 40 to 50%, sometimes a bit more of the boss's HP in the exact same team like Siegfried. I tried with Wukong. I moved the gear from Siegfried to him. Truth be told, I don't have a crit damage amulet, but we're not even dropping 50% of the boss's HP with the surplus damage. So that's why I tried building a different team where I'm locking the passives, I'm locking the active skills, so I cannot get demolished by the waves. Unfortunately, I just don't see any way on how we can keep them alive. Maybe I just need to bring in, instead of Duchess, I need to bring in Galatir. That makes it more free to play. That makes it more accessible to the player base. I feel like they did not test this boss at all. I haven't seen if any creators did a video on a team to beat this boss in a decent amount of time without taking 5 to 10 minutes to do it, without using Siegfried, without really using any mythical champions. I'm very, very curious if anyone did it. Probably not, because I would have seen it in the content creator chat. It's just crazy. Like, I find it pretty crazy, though. Either way, I'm not trying to complain or anything like that, but I think nobody will farm it. So this means that it's pointless to have this dungeon in the game at the moment, because if people don't farm it, what's the whole point of it? You might think that the fusion champion, which is kind of like intended to counter this boss, might save you, but I really don't think so. I cannot imagine that champion doing anything different than the rest of the champions that we have available at the moment. So I find it pretty damn crazy. Of course, I'll be testing some teams for the next couple of days. We still have a few days till the patch is actually released, so we're gonna be able to kind of like do a bit of more testing and stuff. I mean, yeah, that's the new dungeon, guys. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. As usual, appreciate all of you guys watching, and I will catch you all in the next video. Peace.